New rearmed hero. What am I looking at?
Now that this new power is mine, none in this land can stand against me.
How many times has Robin been possessed by Grima? Why do we keep letting this happen? Arcane Grima. She's a save armor? And she's a dragon. So we're just never gonna get Fallen Robin. We'll just get this instead. Wait, so that's an arcane weapon for dragons? Also, who else is here? Oh, is it? Wait, is this Path of Radiance? Is this Boyd? Oh, who is this? It's Awakening.
Before, Gregor just mercenary. Now Gregor hero.
Is Ricken here? Solid ground. Ooh. Show me Ricken.
No one to get along.
I've always liked this song, by the way. Oh. Alright.
The spirit of the Pegasus Knights is with me, wherever I go.
She's the one that dies, like, pretty early in the story, right? And she's the demote. Yeah, definitely an odd choice. I would have expected Phila as, like,
With my life.
I don't know, like maybe a GHB or something. But wait, is Valadar? Valadar could still be the GHB, right? An Awakening banner with two new characters. Brutal. Two new characters from Awakening.
Life in the realm of the dead was pleasant, but even so.
So this is not a surprise, obviously. Mystic Boost 4! Oh no! It looks like the same thing, but it inflicts attack -5 on foe.
Ought I be the one?
What are these dialogue things? Okay. Oh, Ricken is here. Oh, Ricken's gonna be the direct emote. I think I understand. And then maybe Valadar will be our GHB. Valadar has got to be the GHB, right? Like, there's no shot. No shot they didn't do Valadar this time.
I can handle myself.
Oh, the GHB is not Valadar. Watch it be the mustache. That's exactly who it is. It's Cervantes. That's who Cervantes is, right? That was my live reaction. My first impressions were just that I was so surprised that we actually got an Awakening banner. Because our last Awakening banner was actually less than a year ago. I thought for sure we'd get a Fates banner. But, no. We got an Awakening banner with, like, 2 new characters between Gregor and Phila is not even a playable character. Nothing against her. But yeah. I think it's interesting with the Awakening cast, they've basically run out of female characters to put on these new heroes banners. I think they literally ran out. I don't think there's any left. The remaining characters are like Vake and Laurent and like maybe 1 or 2 others. So with that being the case, I don't know if we'll ever get another Awakening banner ever again. I don't know, like what are they supposed to do? Just put all the leftover dudes on a banner? I don't know. Maybe they'll do another like an alt for someone. I don't even know, like Sumia. Overall, I guess this banner is kind of interesting. I was interested in seeing what they would do with rearmed heroes because we didn't really know how they were going to introduce rearmed heroes for sure. We just got the one banner with Lith and then also Ascended Hilda. But this kind of confirms that we're just going to get rearmed heroes, which are just alts of pre-existing characters. So maybe characters that would have been on the banner regardless are now rearmed heroes. But then you could have maybe even said that about Ascended heroes before. So it's like now we're just getting 2 of those types of heroes. I don't know how to feel about it. Rearmed heroes, in retrospect, now just feels like yet another way to resell these very popular characters to us. And if they just stuck to characters that got less love, like Joshua and I don't know, Ishtar, maybe a couple others, like that would have been preferable, but with these last couple of, not the last couple, I guess it's just Celica and Robin, like I'm getting concerned that they're just gravitating back towards doing the main lords for all their alts. And with this lord specifically, Robin, for some reason they're just allergic to doing a female Robin that is not possessed. I think there's definitely like a Grima dev at IS that appears to be the case. Yeah, this is definitely an odd choice for a rearmed hero. A rearmed armored dragon is pretty interesting though. This means that now you can pass on Hardy Fighter as many times as you want, as long as you have the Robin copies to do it, and then at the end you'll still have a highly emerged Robin left over. She also has a save skill, but honestly I think it's more worthwhile to fodder off her Hardy Fighter skill, because Hardy Fighter is just such a rare skill, and you can get save skills from other places, kind of. So this is going to be our first Arcane Dragon. Didn't expect to get an Arcane Dragon so soon. I thought we'd get like a Lance or an Axe first, but this Arcane Grima weapon has extra special trigger, it has all stats +5, it has auto double, it has deals damage equal 15% of unit's attack, and restores 7 HP to unit after combat, and then adaptive damage. So it's kind of just a combination of fairly generic effects. That's kind of my impression of it. There's nothing about it that makes it super unique. It's just a bunch of pretty good effects that are going to make her pretty meta relevant. And as far as foddering off this skill to other dragons, like, yeah, this is going to be a direct upgrade to a lot of, I mean, maybe even just every inheritable breath before now. So like Adult Tiki and so many others that have outdated perfs can now use this instead. Her perf A slot skill is going to be a big deal for her. Neutralizes effective against armor bonuses, so that's already really big. Every save armor wants to run Stallion Shield, and sometimes people do it, but giving up that A slot skill is kind of tough. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP equals 75 or greater, inflicts all stats -8, and grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack. So yeah, that's a pretty good A slot skill. I guess the only thing she's missing is Disencounter, but then she's a near save armor, so you don't really need it or want it as much. Although maybe Robin will end up being like Eden, where they sell her as a near save unit, but then everybody just gives her far save. I'm not sure actually. Yeah, Robin's obviously going to be a very strong unit. Looking forward to using her in Pawns of Loki. That's always my first thought when we get like a really powerful dragon. I would like to give her perf breath to Adult Tiki, like the original Adult Tiki, but I don't think I can justify using the orbs right now, so I will abstain. But yeah, her Pavai, like she's gonna get Pavai's procs like all the time. Like she's gonna be really strong and really annoying. People were waiting for Gregor for a long time, so I'm happy he's here. Although I am surprised we got him and not Vake. Vake is gonna have like 200 BST by the time he comes out. Gregor has Blade of Favors, our special trigger. Every perf has this now. So he gets like this menace effect, but it's within 3 rows and 3 columns, and it's attack, speed, defense, -6 and +6 on him. This seems like a really strong effect to me. Also, it's at the start of every phase, like not just his phase. It's actually kind of nuts. So kind of interested in seeing how that plays out. We haven't really had an effect like that before where it activates at the start of your player phase, right? Like if they're an enemy and you start your phase, like their effect activates. It's kind of interesting. He also gets this vulture effect for his attack speed and defense. So he'll have a lot of combat boosts, and he gets damage reduction on first hit. So he'll be pretty good. I'm sure it's always going to be hard to compete with other infantry swords, but he'll be fairly decent. He's much better than Galzus. He has solid ground, which is kind of neat. I think it could be good for units that have perfs that have like damage reduction that scales with defense. Although I can't remember. I think most of those skill effects scale with like in combat defense and not visible defense, but I think there was like 1 or 2 that actually do scale with visible defense. But yeah, pretty good. infantry no follow-up, obviously a good skill. Phila. So yeah, like, not a particularly memorable character. I said in the reaction, like, it's hardly even a spoiler. She dies, like, very early in Awakening story, so, yeah. But hey, this will be their chance to flesh her out in Forging Bonds, I guess. Her lance is really bad. I don't know what they were thinking with this lance. We have so many good inheritable lances. I don't know. I guess it's new, at least, and it's more accessible. I don't know. What is cool about this, though, is that Pegasus Flight is going to be in the common pool now. That's actually pretty cool. It's kind of a niche skill, but that's all the more reason to make it accessible, because it's not even that good, right? It's just kind of an interesting option that is now available to a bunch of flyers that can use it. This should have happened like a year or two ago, honestly. I wish Faye wasn't so restrictive, or I wish they weren't so hesitant to ever put new skills into the 3-4 star pool. And finally, we have Ascended Heir. Paxton is one of my favorite artists, so for that reason alone, I kind of want to pull for her, but I must abstain once again. She's going to be a Green Dagger cavalry unit. And we've already seen her perf in the game in Tempest Trials, but just to quickly recap it, she gets Accelerated Special Trigger like everyone else. She gets +5 to all stats. And she gets this weird effect where she can... It's usually just going to be attack +20. That's like the, the main takeaway. She gets a boost to her in-combat attack that scales with the HP of your ally that has the second lowest HP. So yeah, I think maybe it's supposed to synergize with Sparkling Boost, because it's like Sparkling Boost would activate, and then that ally who you healed is maybe now that ally who has the second highest or second lowest HP. I have no idea. All I know is that it's kind of lame that she got Sparkling Boost and not Sparkling Boost Plus. Sparkling Boost Plus is actually really good with the HP 20 and the res +5, but whatever. Also on her perf, she gets neutralizes effects to prevent her follow-ups, and she gets the Miracle effect. Mystic Boost 4 is brand new, and it seems actually pretty good to me. This is like our second tier 4 B-slot skill that's going to be accessible to most units. Inflicts attack -5 on foe, and then it has the other Mystic Boost effects. Disables foe skills that calculate damage using lower of foe's defense or res, and calculates damage from staff like other weapons, right? So it negates those just like before. And it also has like this partial null seed disrupt, but it only works on staves. It's actually a pretty good effect. It just makes Mystic Boost a little better. And finally, instead of HP +6, she gets HP +10 after every combat. So yeah, Mystic Boost 4 actually seems like a pretty good B-slot skill to me now. Mystic Boost 3 was always kind of hard to justify as a B-slot skill because, one, it was just so rare, and it was on air, who you're going to want to merge whenever you get her. But also, it's just hard to compete for the B-slot. But yeah, Mystic Boost 4 has its attack -5, it has more HP after combat. I think this is the most effects we've ever had on an inheritable B-slot skill. Kind of tempted to pull for it for one of the Micaiahs, but for now I'm going to abstain. I think Ascended Heir is going to be on a Legendary Hero banner or something. And eventually she'll be on a different type of banner, and maybe I'll go for her then. We got Ricken as our direct emote. I'm always happy when they do direct emotes, because it's just more new characters getting added to the game. He's an infantry green tome. Unfortunately, he has Grand Rabbit, which is really just terrible. I think green tomes these days, they want to inherit Grand Vulture from Arthur, but that's a pretty rare unit to get, so I actually don't know what green tomes are even using these days. Our GHB is Cervantes, which is interesting because Cervantes is just a funny character, and also if he's an armored unit, then that's going to be like our first Grail unit that is an armor unit in a long time, not since like Valentine's Hollywood, if I'm not mistaken. So that's kind of nuts. He'll be really common in Arena if he has a high BST. And yeah, that's going to be all my thoughts on the banner. Thank you for watching this reaction, I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.